Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Monday, March 30th, 2026, we're heading into Live Nation once again before the jury. Why? Well, on Friday, it emerged before the jury came in. We were up there, hoping to address some other over-sealing and over-redaction. Suddenly, Judge Subramanian said, wait a second, this call we had last night, who was on it? And the letters sent afterwards. Meanwhile, none of the letters were in the docket. So we immediately put in a letter saying you've got to docket the letters. Didn't happen. We did something else Friday, but I'll follow on this plot line. On Saturday, Ms. Moskowitz, outside counsel to Live Nation, wrote in and said we need until Monday to address this motion by Inner City Press because it implicates third-party privacy or whatever. We'll see if that's Mr. Mueller. And she expected this third party to also write in Monday. So I was expecting to just wait until Monday, except that Judge Subramanian on Sunday docketed a text-only order saying probably some of this letter can be filed with redactions, and then saying that the rest weren't somehow submitted for judicial action. Well, this is what I don't understand, and I mean it with all due respect. Why does a person call and then especially write to a judge if they're not asking for the judge's action? Like, the standard is not whether it's used as an exhibit at trial. Most cases never even go to trial. But documents submitted to a judge for their action are presumptively public so that the public can understand why the judge does what they do. Or the jury. But the judge too. So we're hoping, I guess, to hear about it this morning and also to see, hopefully the saying they'll file by Monday didn't mean Monday at midnight, as so often in this case. In any event, enough. Oh, we have one more. So what did we do on Friday while waiting to have the letters documented? We filed FOIA requests with every state involved in this case, whether they're settling or proceeding. It took a long time. We had to look up state laws. We had to look up state-specific information, venues and whatnot. They're all in. Some bounced, and then we found another way to put them in. Some had a form. Eventually, we're going to compare all the states on their transparency. All of these state AGs say that they're training other agencies in FOIA, but some of them are not complying with FOIA themselves, or their state equivalent. So we'll have more on that. And on March Madness, by the way, more Live Nation. We wrote a story early in the college basketball tournament about how the venues are virtually all controlled by Ticketmaster. Well, now the Final Four are all state schools. Michigan, Illinois, UConn, Arizona. They've all gotten FOIAs, and the monopolization by Live Nation continues. Okay, we've long since turned the corner, so we're going to forego financial just for today and turn to the UN, in which this is the week in which candidates semi-deadline to declare themselves that they want to replace Antonio Guterres, the worst Secretary General by far ever, censor, corrupt. Well, Grossi is running. Grossi was interviewed by Fareed Zakaria on CNN on Sunday. And he asked him about running for SG in the context of the Iran war and of his basically using IAEA to try to get U.S. support for his candidacy. But he didn't ask him. Fareed Zakaria noted, I don't know. He didn't ask him the question that those in the UN, at least, would ask, which is like, if everyone is saying there should be a woman SG, why are you running? No one really pushed it with Guterres, and they've left him for 10 years claiming to be a huge feminist when he stole the position. Bought it. He didn't ask Grossi, so forget him. That's all I can say. We're going to be covering it right to the end. Inner City Press, we're going in. Live Nation.